This is my very first trip to Poland. I love it. I want to thank you for inviting me to come here and be at CPAC Poland. I want to thank my dear friend, Matt Schlapp, his beautiful, lovely family, and Mercy, all the work that they do. Would you give them a round of applause for me, too, for all that they've done? Now, I am here because of the generosity, the privilege, and the direction of our great President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. He has allowed me to be here with you today. Now, President Donald J. Trump was here 8 years ago with a message for Poland. I don't know if you remember what that message was. But that question that he asked all of you was, he said, there is a fundamental question. Does the West have the will to survive? Do we have the confidence in our values to meet our challenges head on? Does the West have the courage to respect our civilians, to make sure that we have strong borders, to preserve our civilizations, and to protect ourselves from those who would destroy us? Does the West have the will to survive? Well, listen, President Trump knows that the West has the will to survive because of you, because of Poland, because how you've met challenges head on and you've stood up for freedom, and you've gone through those difficult times and led by example. And he's incredibly proud of you and the partnership and the alliance that we have with the people of this great country. Poland has not just survived, you have led by example. When other weak European leaders have caved in and allowed migration in that's destroyed their civilizations, their public safety, that has not happened here in Poland. You have enforced your borders. You have protected who comes into your country, enforced your visa programs. You've done good work to make sure that this country has a different story, but you have much more to do. And you are threatened with a leader who is on the ballot who would take all of that protection away from you, who would open you up to much of the experiences that America had to live through under our last president, Joe Biden. Now, I know many of you sitting there today maybe don't know anything about me. You're wondering, who is this woman standing in front of us today? Well, I will tell you that I'm just a farmer. I'm a rancher. I'm a wife and a mother and a grandmother. And growing up, all I ever wanted to do was to work with my dad. My dad was a cowboy. Have you ever heard of a John Wayne? My dad was like John Wayne. He was like him. In fact, the way that he woke up us children in the morning was by yelling up the stairs, "Get up! More people die in bed than anywhere else." I didn't know if that was true or not, but we got up and we went to work. But he was very, very tough man, but he also taught us about freedom and liberty, and that the government doesn't give us our rights, that our rights come from God, and that they must be protected and defended, and that we're only one generation away from extinction, which is part of a quote that our great President Ronald Reagan once said, to remind our people of how precious our country is. My prayer for all of you is that you don't forget how precious your country is, how it's worth fighting for every single day.